Today's Hubcast guest discovered a love of interiors whilst working in a retail store. Originally from Russia, Tatiana worried that her language skills would be a barrier to her clients. In today's episode, she explains why that wasn't the case and in fact how that has endeared her to clients. Let's welcome Tatiana Lang of Design Your Space. Welcome to the Hubcast, brought to you by the Interior Designers Hub, where we help and support interior designers to get trained, get into the industry, and to grow wildly successful businesses. If you want to work in the field you love, create the lifestyle you desire, and make the money you truly deserve, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Kate Hatherall. Let's get into it. So today I am delighted to introduce Tatiana Lang to the Hubcast. Hi, Tatiana.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Thank you very much for being here today. So Tatiana, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you located and what type of business do you run?
I'm based in North London. I work more with local clients from Great London and from North London. A lot of people moved to renovated houses, or they buy a new house, and they realize that they have some kind of problems because they don't feel that this is their real home, because of a lot of problems because of white walls, plain walls, or this is just the style of previous owners. So I help them to create their new houses, their real home, and to make this kind of relaxed and comfortable style for them.
Amazing. And so do you work mostly in residential then?
Yes, in residential.
Amazing. Okay. And I know that there's lots and lots of business in that area, and I know that you're really busy as well. So have you always been an interior designer, or did you do something before?
No, I started to work in sales in Concept in Russia. And I was, I think, 19. Then in a year, I was a a store manager. And then, in 2 years, I managed 5 stores of Concept in Russia. And I really enjoyed. I did a lot of projects. This is something the same as I do now, but I could offer only furniture and decor from one brand. But now I have opportunity to do it, with all brands that I can find on the market. So, when I moved here, it was so logical to continue this way. And I got a certificate interior design in Kelsey School of Design. I just realized that I need to feel comfortable and confident in this area, in this local market, because, of course, it's not the same as in Russia. Yes, I decided that I really enjoy it, and I really want to create something for clients. And I feel so happy when I realized that, yes, this is something that my client needs. Yeah.
Amazing. And so obviously you went from Concept, from that sales position, into becoming an interior designer. And as you just said, you did your certificate at the KLC. What made you make that change from working in sales into thinking, right, I actually want to move into design myself now?
I think the first thing is because of my family. Yes, I just need some kind of balance. I have 2 kids, and I realize that I want to be more like self-employed, and just to make my own schedule. For example, to work on Saturdays or Sundays, and it's really it's very useful for my clients when they can meet with me and discuss everything, and to be relaxed because they have more time than during the week. And I have qualification in it because I had a lot of webinars and I went to Denmark, and they presented, how to work with textures, how to work, how to style your room, how to choose the perfect style for this client. And I think it was so logical for me, and to be the main thing is, to feel comfortable, confident, and this is something that I really like and enjoy.
Amazing. So you got that experience of kind of the design process through working with Bow Concept. And that sounds like an amazing opportunity to have been able to go to Denmark and to see behind the scenes
Yes.
about how everything works. Amazing. Okay, so you then did your training, and you wanted to have a different kind of lifestyle to fit around your family. Do you find that the path that you have taken has led you there? Is your lifestyle now as you wanted it to be? Is it as flexible as you wanted it to be?
I can't say that it's super flexible, because this is my job, and there are a lot of clients, and I just want to manage everything and to be on track. But sometimes, yes, I need to have more time to finish the project, or there's some kind of problems that I want to solve very fast, and I try to juggle in everything, and I think now this is kind of balance, very close of my ideal life.
Amazing. I'm really, really pleased for you, and that you've got that kind of balance that you wanted. So thinking back to when you were beginning to start out in interior design, so you've got your qualification. How did you make that move? So did you just suddenly start looking for clients? Like, how did you actually get into business?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to find. I had I had a goal just to find someone that are happy, to take me and to do some kind of work for them. And so I was really lucky. I have a friend, and they just bought a house, and they said, okay, let's try to do one room and dining room, their bedroom and dining room. And I say, okay, let's do it. Yes, and then I realized that okay, I could make it so now I'm ready, to have a paid job, and I'm not ready to do it like a volunteer, because it was nice. It was really nice, and they were so happy with my help. And after this, I was really confident that I can do it, and I can take money for my work. And yes, just let's go. But there was another problem that realized that I need to start a business. It is not like a hobby; it's a real business. So this is the next step, when you need to understand what kind of documents do you need, how to make your website, how to promote yourself. And in this case, it was really helpful that I could find your interior design hub. I was so lucky, and it was amazing. I just did step by step everything that you give in the webinars, and a lot of information. It was so supportive, and I like that it's something like it was like a present that I could find you.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad it's been so helpful for you, and obviously it's been successful because you are now up and running, and you've got regular streams of clients coming in. So for you, was it more about the business side? Were those the things that held you back rather than the design side?
I think for example, for first thing that I think about it, it was it was about business. It was about security. It was about my mistake that I can do it in the future. But then it's up and down. There's some period of time you think about the business, and another period of time you think about your qualification, to take more additional courses somewhere, to take some inspiration for new projects. And every time you think, am I in a high level, or I just need to improve myself? Or at the same time, you understand it's you're owner of the business, and you need to do marketing and documents and invoices and everything. And then you decide, okay, how I can improve my business scheme. So I think it's up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it can, lots of people describe it as a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I think some days you feel really on top of things, and other days you can feel like you don't know what you're doing. And, in some ways, that's why it's so helpful to have the hub, because on those days where you're feeling low about it, you can come in and say, help, I don't know what I'm doing. And you've
Yes.
got that help and support available. So, I guess if you look back over your journey, what advice would you give to your younger self? So, would you have done this sooner, or are there things that you would have done differently? How would you approach it if you could go back in time?
Hmm. I think the main idea is don't expect a lot when you start the business. Sometimes, okay, I'll start the business, I'll have this goal, and I need to make it, and I want to reach it. And then when you don't, it's a little bit confused, and of course, not motivate you to be on track. So just to be, more realistic, I think, and to have maybe two options or three options, the best one and something in the middle and the worst one. Yeah, and just to try, because you can't think about, oh, am I good or not? You just need to try. And I think a lot of people, I was really worried about, for example, my English skills, and or if I come to my client, maybe they can't understand me, or I can't understand them. But then I realized, firstly, in London, there are a lot of experts, and the English is not their first language too, and maybe they feel very comfortable with me. Even. So, and it's okay if you ask several times. Even if I understand the language, you need to ask more questions to understand very clear the brief of my clients. Yeah, don't be
Amazing.
afraid.
And you're not the first person to have said that to me. I quite often get people who have English as an additional language. English isn't their first language. And lots of people really worry that that's going to put clients off. But I think what you just said is absolutely right. For one thing, there's nothing to say that your clients are going to have English as their first language. But also, I think people are interested in the design that you're going to do for them. And in some ways, if you, as a foreign language speaker, are not understanding something, you have to ask more questions in order to make sure that you understand. And that can actually help the design. Because just because you speak the same language doesn't mean that you both have the same interpretation of what that language means. And I know lots of people who have English as their first language who still misunderstand clients, and clients misunderstand them. And I think when you have a different language, that it almost forces you to ask more questions to understand it better.
Yeah. You're right.
So, okay, so you went through all of that. You had a practice. I mean, how lucky to have a friend that had a house that needed some work doing on it, that you could jump in and get some practice. And presumably that gave you a start of a portfolio that you could then use. So, how did you then go on and get kind of your first paying clients after that?
Mm-hmm. It was, it was from local. Yeah, she was from local area, and I posted as you as you asked us during this marketing plan, and she saw my post, and maybe the website. She really liked my website and the pictures, and one thing that sometimes designers are happy to do, for example, whole renovation, and it's really difficult to find the interior designer who are ready to do, for example, 2 rooms or 3 rooms, and they say, oh, I do only full renovation. So I just was maybe in a really good place in a really good time, and we just started to work with her. And then I have Google in the Google Maps all my information and all my reviews and a lot of pictures, and then I think word of mouth started to work for me really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, word of mouth is still one of the main ways that interior designers get business, repeat business from clients, but also people talking to each other as well in those local communities.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, I mean, you have been on, an amazing journey from, just working as in a retail sector to, having your own business. And, you must feel so proud of yourself. You have got to that point where you made it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, now I work, I know this kind of things, how to sell myself and my services. It's very important and so helpful. And I know how to style the room and a lot of rules in practice. This is the main thing, not theory. And when you practice during 5 years how to style, the shops and how to launch them from scratch, was really helpful, and even now.
Amazing. Brilliant. Tatiana, thank you so much. That was really interesting to hear how you've got to be where you are today. Would you be happy before you go to play a game of designer this or that?
Yes, of course.
Amazing. All right. So I'm going to put a minute on the clock and then I'm going to ask you choices between two things and you just have to tell me which is your preference. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Suede or nubuck?
Suede.
Smooth or textured?
Textured.
Tiles or wood?
Wood.
Wallpaper or paneling?
Paneling.
Cottage or mansion?
Cottage.
Dulux or Valspar?
Deluxe.
Coffee table or footstool?
Footstool.
Artwork or mirrors?
Artwork.
Rug or carpet?
Rug.
Log burner or gas fire?
Gas fire.
Cushions on the bed or no cushions on the bed?
Cushions on the bed.
Obviously. Roman blinds or roller blinds?
Roman blinds.
Vintage or new?
Mix.
Cozy or cool?
Cozy.
Amazing. Okay, that is the timer. That is 1 minute up. Tatiana, thank you so much for playing Designer This or That.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your journey with us. It's been really lovely to hear how you've got to be where you are today. And I'm sure that lots of other people will take inspiration from it as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning into Hubcast by the Interior Designers Hub. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please take a screenshot and share it to Facebook, Instagram, or your favourite social media channel. Make sure to tag me in at Interior Designers Hub and let me know what you enjoyed about this episode. I reply to each and every comment. I'd also like to offer you an incredible free gift, which is going to show you the exact roadmap that you need to take to become a wildly successful interior designer. It shares our secrets to business success. If you'd like to get your hands on that, head on over to interiordesignershub.co.uk/roadmap right now. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.